So the Snow White movie that has bombed so badly at the box office is now impacting other future films for Disney. We have seen how Snow White has created this rippling effect in Disney Studios. And now the other princess, Rapunzel, is now put on ice for now. And they don't want to remake this movie as of today. Now that could change in the future, but because of Snow White's impact and the bad press it has received, because Rachel Zegler thought it was important to bash the old film, she thought that pushing her politics was also important. And that has left a bad taste in the audience's mouth. And Disney has said, you know what, let's take a break and a step back and reevaluate our intentions here when it comes to remaking these animated films. Because at the end of the day, if Disney was trying to push like a DEI agenda with Rapunzel, switching the character's race to black, then maybe they shouldn't. Now, I'm not against that if it makes sense. Like, for example, Miles Morales from Spider Man, he's black, and they did a good job with his story and his background, and they made it make sense. So, if you want to do that, just let the audience know why you're doing it, have a backstory, and build up to maybe you make a show about it or something else where you have another princess in Rapunzel who is black. I don't know, just some food for thought. But again, Disney's just in a tough situation right now with Snow White, and it's impacting this film. And I don't think anybody wants to see any more remakes anytime soon from Disney because it's been disaster after disaster. Like The Little Mermaid just was horrible, Snow White just bad, and the list just goes on. So if I'm Disney right now, it's time to reevaluate where you're going. It's time to think about your audience and not just push aside, what they think and how they feel about what you're doing. Now, according to Deadline, the movie was officially in pre-production and meetings with potential stars were already underway when Disney pulled the plug. The outlet also reported that Snow White tanking at the box office. The 270 million movie has grossed $69 million domestically, $145 million worldwide. Now we know this movie is not going to make any profit at all. It's a complete failure on Disney's part and on the actress' part, of course. But at the end of the day, Disney's got to own up and start taking some accountability for just their ongoing agendas they keep on pushing on their audience. And then, as you can see here, the Snow White remake was dogged by controversy almost since it was added to Disney's slate. The treatment of the 1937 anime classic Seven Dwarfs, again, that's another problem they had, drew debate all the way up until the remake's March 21st release, while star Rachel Zegler, whose casting spurred outrage because she is Latina, continually fueled right-leaning critics with social media posts attacking Donald Trump voters and supporting Palestinians. Again, why would you go after a base if you're saying, I don't want your business? And these are the results. It's not a good idea to tie politics to business because it doesn't work out. Whether you're right-leaning or left-leaning, keep that out and just tell a good story. Now, here's a funny thing I found on Twitter where this person, Midwest mom, Cynthia's pissed. Who knows? Maybe Disney was going to add a black Rapunzel, and I don't think that would have worked out really well for them. And we know about Cynthia already with her speech last week at the GLAAD Awards. It was just terrible, embarrassing and cringeworthy. And she did really well in Wicked. I thought, I don't really care about the film, but the results are the results. You made almost $750 million, and you got a lot of rewards, and you're complaining about your pronouns. What are we doing here? Again, Disney has to really look at this deeply and ask themselves, do we want to keep going down this road? Because if you want to keep race swapping these Disney princesses and it doesn't make sense, and you're just doing it just to please a specific crowd, then you're not going to get the results you're looking for. And it's not racist, it's not sexist that people aren't watching these movies. And also you change the story up. Like, why would you do that? Where you take the original film and you flip it on its head and you expect the audience to just like it and just comply to what you're doing. Not going to work. Now, I do have hope for the Lilo and Stitch movie because that looks really solid, and I think that will do really well. But if Disney wants to keep playing these games, keep doing it because you're going to go down a rabbit hole, and fans are just fed up at this point. So maybe this is the changing of the guard with Disney. That remains to be seen. But again, it's just no surprise to me that Disney is rethinking some stuff, and maybe, just maybe, they'll start making good films again and stop pushing ideologies on us that we don't like and maybe get back to the films that were bringing magic to the fans' interest. And I would go as far as to say maybe just create new content. Stop going back to the old films and remaking them into live action or live Disney films and just create new things. that might be the route you should go. I'm not saying they haven't done that, but lean more into it because at the end of the day, these remakes aren't working out too well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts about Disney canceling the live action remake of Tangled. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.